right, you know what it is? You know who it is. Welcome back to week 3, this BG Perform vlog. Episode 3, I think. It's episode 3 total. This is week 2 of the vlog. So this week was a good week. As you know, I had LASIK on Friday. I'm recovering well from it. Still some like little residual things, like haloing when I'm looking at lights, which is kind of annoying. But if you guys have ever had glasses or looked at like lights at a car at night and you see like the little rings around them, so like, you know, a light when you're looking at it is like this big, but then when the light ring, it's like that, and there's like, you know, it's almost like a light spread around it. So that's what I'm seeing when I look at lights for the most part. It's messing up the letters just a little bit if they're farther away. But other than that, everything's been cool. Been able to read. I've been able to do everything that I need to do with them. It's expected after the first week, and then should just get continuously better after this week. So the only thing I didn't do that was that would have been normal this week was jiu-jitsu. So I took that off this week just to heal and make sure I was all right, because I didn't want to take any chances. Other than that, I worked out, Muay Thai, did all my reading, did all my study, like all my learning block and things like that. So I got everything I needed to this week. Gonna go over the workouts. Monday I had my first day. So Monday this week was week 2 of the condensed conjugate. And actually, before we get into that, if you haven't, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check it out. Put a like on the video. Just trying to get as much as I can here. And do what you can. You leave a comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do there. Even just checking out the video is awesome. Day 1 this week of week 2, we had the bench and the squat, and then just some accessory work in there, as you guys will see in the videos that pass. The bench went good. I moved up to 185 this week for speed, or 175 this week for speed with the red bands. And then for the squat, we got into 285 for 3 sets of 2. What I really like about the conjugate, this condensed conjugate, is it really gives me a lot of time to recover, and I feel good, as opposed to just like hammering 4 heavy lifts in per week. And you know, as I was going before, I was doing 4 heavy lifts along with 3 jiu-jitsu sessions and then a couple Muay Thai sessions in the week. And that gets to be a lot on the body, especially with, you know, working throughout the day and doing all the other things that I need to do. So for me, and there's a couple of things that have changed in my life in terms of like goals and in terms of performance and just kind of like expression of fitness. You know, I was very heavy into like trying to get as strong as possible, and I still always am trying to get as strong as possible. I'm just trying to do that in the most efficient way possible, while also moving a little bit better. Some dexterity of the hips, a little bit more mobility of both the shoulder and the hip and the spine. I've been dealing with like this hip thing for a while. That's kind of, I don't even know exactly what it is, but it's been bothering me for like probably like 6 months. So it gets good and bad at times, but for the most part, it doesn't really hurt when I do much. It's just kind of like sitting for a long time or doing certain movements, like stretching wise. But other than that, you know, this thing's been bothering me, but it hasn't really stopped me from lifting. But it has kind of put me in the mindset that I want to move a little bit better, want to move a little bit cleaner, especially from my martial arts. You know, with Muay Thai, one of my biggest reasons I did Muay Thai is because I want to learn how to kick. And like, I want to do roundhouse kicks. You know, I want to learn to roundhouse kick to the head and to the upper body. You know, lower kicks are pretty simple for the most part, but that high kick and keeping your balance and keeping everything straight is really, you know, it's difficult and it's a skill. So for me, that's one of my goals at the moment. And with that being a goal, I can definitely get it done while training hard. I just want to make that at the forefront a little bit more, while still getting stronger, being stable, getting all the things that I need to get done so I can stay safe and progress in my, you know, everyday kind of goals. So what this condensed conjugate has allowed me to do is really specify 2 big days to lift, where I get the upper body max effort and the lower body max effort, along with the dynamic efforts for each, plus all the accessory work that I need to do, in a time where I can, you know, I do it on Monday and then I do it on Friday, and I get that middle to recover in between, and then Tuesday is my accessory day. So, you know, Monday we had the dynamic effort bench, which we started off with, which was 80% this week, so it was 175, and 55% this week, so which was 175, and then we did that for 9 sets of 2, and we actually, let me double check to make that right, but it was 9 sets of 2 or 3, I believe. 9 sets of 3 at 165, 165 pounds with the red band setup, which you'll see in the video. The back squats, we got up to 285. We had 3 sets of 2 this week, and then we had some RDLs. I moved up to 185 this week. I didn't take a video of those. I'm still getting used to this whole vlogging thing, so sometimes I get in the mode and I just go, and I forget to record. But the RDLs, which I did last week, but 3x8 at 185, along with some rear foot elevated split squats. And this week I went with a little bit more explosive variation. I did a jumping rear foot elevated split squat, so just trying to get my feet to leave the ground and be as fast as possible, practice the loading efforts and explode on the way up. One of the best things you can do here, especially for jiu-jitsu and any martial art, is be explosive. Being explosive and quick is it's a game changer in a lot of ways, and along with, you know, aerobic capacity and being able to do it for a long time. But the explosiveness is something that can win you fights, it can win you rolls, it can win you points, you know, depending on what you're looking to do there. But it's definitely, you know, the explosiveness is something I need to train more, because I'm pretty slow and I tend to be a little bit more on the slower side. So just trying to get as fast as possible, and that's one of the biggest, you know, points of condensed conjugate, is making sure that you're getting those dynamic efforts and getting as fast as possible and gaining that speed and gaining that power and being able to kind of promote all these fast twitch muscle fibers and gain that type of expression of fitness. So the other 2 things I did on Monday were the farmer's walk and the RKC plank. So there's a straight arm plank. So that was day 1, and I was, you know, as I was talking, the videos were playing through, so you guys saw all those. The first sets were pretty good on both. I struggled a little bit with the back squat in the second set, but the third set and the first set were really good. I have this, you know, I do really well on the back squat in lower rep ranges, but not like ones, like not max effort. I'm really good in like the 2 to 3 rep range, like I'll say 3 to 5 is like my real, like I feel really good there. Once I get in the max effort, which I'm doing this upcoming week, it's tough for me. But you know, it's definitely something I'm working on. It's because of I'm slower. So, you know, with that max effort weight, you need to be a little bit faster as you're moving through, and sometimes I don't have it, so that's another reason why I'm doing this. But day 2, again, forgot to film this, trying to get better at it. Day 2, we had the accessory day, and I do Muay Thai on Tuesdays, so I have that at night. And I'm actually looking at this week, I think I have some time because of some schedule changes to go to jiu-jitsu at 10, which I'm pretty excited about this week coming up. But so we got cable face pulls, 3x12. I worked up to 55 pounds, and I just did the 3 sets of 12 there, along with some band pull-aparts. So the reason why this is paired together is to kind of practice this lactic build-up, like flushing. So if you've ever done face pulls before, the whole point of that is like the rear delts, the rhomboids, the rotator cuffs, things like that. That's the main point of them. So we're kind of developing that posterior chain in the upper back, and which is crucial because in Muay Thai we're punching a lot, we're throwing a lot of, you know, a volume of jabs, you know, or volume of punches every class. So for every, you know, usually for every one pushing movement I do, like press or overhead press or like something that's related to a anterior pressing motion out in front of us, I'll do like 2 to 3 pulling motions. Just because I you know, I want to be as strong as possible and I want to avoid shoulder injuries, and that's kind of helped me throughout. So usually for every one pushing motion I do 2 to 3 pulling motions. So as you saw today, I did a lot of delt work and then pulling. So the cable face pull and the band pull aparts, because once you do those cable face pulls, you get that burning back there. Just doing those band pull aparts is a great way to just kind of like burn it out just a little bit more, get some lactate in there and get it flushed out, and just try to work through and flush it out so you build that resiliency in the upper back and the shoulders. From there, I did some tempo pull-ups, so we're looking at 4 seconds down. I did 3 sets of 4 to 6 reps. I was mostly in that 4 to 5 range. The first couple sets the first set I got 6, the last one I think I got 4. And then I went into some leaning dumbbell lateral raises where we're leaning off the rack and we're just delt raising up with those dumbbells. I got up to 30 pounds there. And then I did some cable lat pull downs. So I used my cable machine and I was sitting on the ground and I was on the incline bench and I was pulling in. I'm going to take a video just so you guys can see that next time, because I really like those. And then some scapular push-ups, just working on some protraction, retraction of the scapula. Again, crucial for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu players and MMA, practitioners and things like that. Being able to control the scap and the serratus, and develop not only control but strength and control of the range of motion, because that's crucial in terms of shoulder health. And a lot of shoulder injuries come from poor serratus strength, because people don't know about the serratus and they don't know how to train it. It's literally called the boxer's muscle, because it does so much in giving you power on that punch when you follow all the way through. So that was my day for the accessory lifting. Then later that day I went to Muay Thai. This week was cool. It was I finished my first full month of Muay Thai, and I got a white belt with a stripe on it, which was really cool. And I was excited about that, because Muay Thai has been something I wanted to do, and I've been doing Jiu-Jitsu for about a year and a half. So it was really cool to kind of get started, get done through my first month, and just kind of feel it out. And I'm excited to keep going. Wednesday, I usually take off completely. I've been doing that just to give myself a little bit of a recovery day in between. And then I usually do nothing on Wednesday. So that's just kind of my day to relax and get my work stuff done, go get my hair cut, do things that I need to do for the business, and do things that I need to do for myself. Thursdays, I had Muay Thai again. Usually I go to Jiu-Jitsu in the morning, but again, I took it off this week. So Muay Thai was what I did later in the day. And that's when I got my white belt that night, because it was my last class of the month. So like I said, it was a really cool experience. And I'm going to Albany Empire and Defense. Albany Empire Defense and Fitness, I think it's called. It's a really cool place. If you guys have any questions or you want to check it out, just shoot me a message. I can set you guys up over there, and send you guys over there so they can get you set up over there. But yeah, and then Friday was my day 2, which you guys will see the videos now. I had the sumo deadlift. That was my dynamic effort lower body, and then my heavy bench 270 5x3 no spotter. If you saw my Instagram story. It went really good. I got through all the sets. They felt really good. They felt fast. They felt explosive, which was really good. The last couple sets were tough, but other than that, it worked out really well. The single leg RDL after that got up to 35 pounds there, and I was just developing, that single leg hinge, and then the barbell hip thrust. I was trying to just get heavy. I really like doing those because they just feel good on my butt. It just makes me. It's one of those movements that I really like, and it just feels good. And then the single arm kettlebell overhead carry. So I was just kind of holding the kettlebell straight up overhead in that full locked out position. And then the side plank. Side plank I really enjoy. It's one of those staple movements for me, just because the lateral portion of the core is usually something that's underutilized and underdeveloped, and a lot of people end up having hip and shoulder problems from it. Along with just a lack of stability through the core, and then they oftentimes get back injuries. Friday, I rested the rest of the night because I couldn't do Jiu-Jitsu. Usually I do Jiu-Jitsu at night. But Saturday, I had an arm day. I really haven't done this in a couple weeks, but I really enjoy just banging out arms on Saturday. Just something light, just kind of moving through, taking my time, just kind of getting a nice pump, I think it's definitely something that is useful in terms of getting some extra volume in while not crushing the body. And the best way to work out, and I'm learning this more and more over time, is that the more efficient we can be in our movement patterns, the more we're going to get out of things, and the more we're going to get moving forward, and the more we're going to be able to train, and the more effective we're going to be when we're training. If we're just doing a bunch of shit just to do it, and tons of volume, no rest, no recovery, we're going to get hurt. We're just not going to get the most out of it that we need to. Finding ways to get extra volume in and get other things done within our training week without taxing us to a point that we need to take more time off is crucial. And I think arms is a great way to do that, and just doing them in the right way. And I've learned the right way to do that, and training ranges of motion of the muscle, training range of motion of the tricep and bicep, so knowing what specific muscles to use and how to use them and the best ways to position them is great, because I get the most done without having to do a lot of work to do it. After that, I've been doing FRC, so it's functional range conditioning with Kinstretch, it's called Kinstretch with the beard. I can drop the Instagram of my YouTube video at the bottom, but I've been following this guy for a while, and he has a at-home program that you can do for functional range conditioning. It's just kind of strengthening the joints and getting range of motion a little bit more open and controlled is the main thing. So controlling those ranges of motion, and it's great for jiu-jitsu, great for controlling, because jiu-jitsu requires you to put yourself in a lot of weird positions sometimes, and the more you can control those positions, the stronger you'll be, and the more you'll get done, and the better you'll be, the more people you'll be able to beat, because you're able to control positions that they necessarily can't. So the FRC stuff was a nice upper body, shoulder, external rotation, internal rotation, and just some protraction, retraction of the scapula that I worked through. And then today, I really took it light, a little bit of stretching, and then, Sunday's today, sorry, when I filmed this. I took some stretching. I did some light FRCs on the hip, so I did some mobility again with the hip through FRC, strengthening some internal, external rotation again, and then just move through that, and that was my week. This week I'm excited. This is the first week of October, back into jiu-jitsu. I think I'm going to be able to go 4 times this week. Muay Thai twice, and then getting my lifts in. So this week coming up, we got max effort on the bench and the squat, which I'm going to be really excited to share with you guys. Hopefully my numbers can go up. I haven't done it in a while, so I don't think I'm going to be hitting any lifetime PRs, but as of recent, I'll definitely be hitting some PRs. So we're going to see what we can get to on the squat and the bench, and then just the accessory work staying the same, so I'll definitely go over that. I got some really cool stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. I'm going to share with you guys once things get settled and a little bit more certain. I got some cool stuff to share with you, some scary stuff with some cool stuff. But I appreciate you guys for checking in and listening. If you guys do have any questions, please reach out, let me know. We can just kind of go from there. If you haven't checked out my website, please do. It's www.skinnyboysays.com. I have all my pricing up there, all my options for coaching. If you or anybody you know has gotten anything out of listening or working with me in the past or working with me currently, I really appreciate it if you just shared a post, like the page, like the YouTube video, whatever you can do to support. I'd really appreciate it. But thank you guys for watching week 3. Episode 3, week 2 of the vlog. Gotta get better at that. I'm mixing it up. And thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.